hello and welcome. You're with the news today. This is your prime time destination. News, newsmakers, talking points. The big talking point is over what we are calling high command culture in the BJP as suspense prevails over kaun banega Mukhyamantri. Are both India's national parties trapped in their own high command culture? What's the difference? That's what we're going to ask. But first, as always, the 9 headlines at 9. No consensus yet on BJP's chief ministers in 3 Hindi heartland states. Contender Vasundhara Raje is kept waiting, finally meets party chief Nadda amid speculation of a generational change in all states. Revant Reddy officially sworn in as the second chief minister of India's youngest state. Bhatti Vikramarka becomes Telangana's first Dalit deputy chief minister. Amit Shah's POK is ours claim in parliament triggers uproar. Congress challenges the centre to bring back Pakistan-occupied Kashmir by 2024. National Conference demands polls in Jammu and Kashmir. Ethics panel report against Trinamool MP Mahua Moitra likely to be tabled in Lok Sabha tomorrow. TMC and other opposition parties plan to protest outside parliament. Chennai continues to reel under aftermath of cyclone Migjom. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh takes stock. Streets inundated, schools, colleges to remain shut. Out on bail, NCP leader Nawab Malik's assembly appearance in Maharashtra triggers a row. NCP's Ajit Pawar backs Malik's entry into his party. Fadnavis says cannot ignore serious charges against the former minister. Amidst a US probe into alleged assassination attempt against Khalistani terrorist Gurpatwant Pannoon, FBI chief to visit India for the first time in 12 years to meet with the NIA chief. 26-year-old doctor in Kerala dies by suicide after family couldn't afford alleged dowry demand. Kerala government begins probe. Groom Dr. Ruwais is arrested. Israel's Gaza offensive continues to escalate. Strikes down 250 alleged Hamas targets in a single day. Death toll mounts to over 16,000 in Gaza. Okay, but the story that we are breaking right at the very top here on the news today, 3 states and 3 chief ministers. Will the BJP suspend finally end this weekend, we are now told? Vasundhara Raje was kept waiting for 24 hours before she was finally able to meet the BJP President JP Nadda this evening. The chief ministerial contenders are meeting the BJP's top brass and the discussions are continuing. Baba Balaknath and has met Amit Shah in Parliament. Renuka Singh, considered widely a frontrunner for Chhattisgarh, has called upon JP Nadda. BJP's General Secretary Kailash Vijayvargiya has now gone on record saying all the suspense will end on Sunday. So the BJP is keeping all sides waiting. Piyush Mishra is joining me live from Amit Shah's residence. Piyush, it obviously is taking several rounds of meeting before the BJP comes up with a name. Why this prolonged delay? What is it that the BJP is worried about, or what is it that the BJP is looking for?
Well, Rajdeep, sources in BJP are telling us that there are a lot of contenders, and that is why BJP is taking a lot of time to zero in as to who is going to be the face of party in these 3 important states. And also at the same time, BJP is mulling options of other new faces too, and that is why it is taking a lot of time. Remember that a couple of minutes back, the meeting between Home Minister Amit Shah and PM Narendra Modi ended. The meeting went on for more than 2 hours. At one side, this meeting was going on. On the other side, Vasundhara Raje is still meeting with BJP's national president JP Nadda. So, hectic parlays, a series of meetings are taking place in national capital. Vasundhara Raje was supposed to meet with JP Nadda today at around 3 p.m. Then the time shifted to 5. Then it subsequently, the meeting took place at around 8:30 when Vasundhara Raje reached at JP Nadda's residence. So after all these hectic parlays, finally what we are now learning is that BJP is going to announce the name, and suspense is going to end on 10th of this month, and that's the word coming in from BJP's National General Secretary Kailash Vijayvargiya, where he told to reporters that by Sunday, the names will be announced. Sources have also confirmed to us that by tomorrow, BJP is going to announce the names of observers, and then these observers will go to 3 different states. There the CLP meeting will take place, and then final name will be decided after that particular meeting of the MLAs. We'll have to see if we will have a surprise name, or the list of contenders which we are showing to our viewers are going to be is going to be the one, or a person from that particular list will be making to that important position. But right now, as we are speaking, the meeting between PM Narendra Modi and Home Minister has concluded, and the Home Minister is back at his residence. We have to see how much time it is going to take by BJP to announce the final name for the chief ministers in these 3 important states.
Okay, Piyush Mishra with all those details. Clearly, the BJP, not for the first time, keeping everyone guessing, including journalists. Piyush, appreciate you joining us. Remember, all of this shows how the BJP, in a way, is also now increasingly, some say, caught in its own high command culture. Much like the Congress, BJP's decisions too are no longer taken in state capitals, but are taken by the high command in Delhi. What happens then to the wishes of MLAs, and what happens to the concept of internal democracy? Is the functioning of the 2 parties, the 2 main parties, BJP and Congress, very different when it comes to decision making? Gandhi family on one side, Modi Shah on the other. That's our top focus. Take a look at high command culture, BJP and Congress style.
There is a one-line resolution that the party high command will take the decision, and the party high command will decide.
पार्टी ने जब जो काम दिया, उस काम को पूरी प्रामाणिकता, ईमानदारी और जितना मुझ में सामर्थ्य था, उस सामर्थ्य को झोंक के मैंने वो काम पूरा करने का प्रयास किया है.
Once the results are out, all roads from the election states lead to Delhi. Whether the BJP or the Congress, when it comes to selecting the CM, the final call, one might even say the only call, is taken by the High Command. All eyes are on Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Amit Shah and JP Nadda as they decide who will take the reins in the 3 heartland states won by the BJP. On Thursday, the Prime Minister met the BJP parliamentary party members behind closed doors.
We have won with a comfortable margin, but whereas at the same time, Bharatiya Janata Party has improved its strength in Mizoram and Telangana also in many folds. Congress सरकार में रहते हुए 40 बार उन लोगों ने रिपीट मैंडेट का कोशिश की, लेकिन वो सक्सेस हुआ 7 times, only 18%. बीजेपी 39 टाइम प्रयास किया सरकार में रहते हुए रिपीट मैंडेट के लिए, 22 टाइम हम सक्सेस हुआ है, 56%.
While no words were spoken on the big question, there was a flurry of activity in the capital. Former Rajasthan CM Vasundhara Raje, former MP and new Rajasthan MLA Balak Nath, former Union Minister and new Chhattisgarh MLA Renuka Singh, all had meetings lined up with the top brass. There are speculations that Team Modi may opt for fresh faces in the heartland states, effecting a generational change. For the Congress, it was an easy decision. Having fought the elections with Revant Reddy as the face of the campaign, the party picked him for CM as expected. The call, of course, was made by the High Command after the customary one-line resolution passed by the MLAs requesting the leadership to decide. But in Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh, the Congress High Command has not been able to pick a younger leadership despite wanting to do so for many years now.
Many great leaders add significance to this ceremony.
Out of power for 2 terms at the centre, the Congress High Command of Mallikarjun Kharge and Gandhi family stand weakened, unable to quell even revolts by regional satraps. The 2 high commands are a study in contrast. The Congress decentralized but indecisive. And that is one of the areas where Modi's leadership wins the match hands down. Bureau Report, India Today.
let's raise the questions. Are the BJP and the Congress now both trapped in different kinds of high command cultures? The Gandhi family in the Congress, the Modi cult in the BJP. Is internal democracy missing in all our party structures? Questions that I will raise on our political face-off today. Shehzad Poonawala, the BJP's evergreen spokesperson, and Supriya Srine, the Congress's national spokesperson and head of their social media cell, and Manisha Priyam, political analyst and academic, joins us. I appreciate all of you joining us. Let me turn to you, Shehzad Poonawala, because it's now, 4 days since the BJP scored that big win in the 3 Hindi heartland states, and all roads are leading to Delhi. It seems that the decision will not be taken by MLAs, but by only 2 people or 2.5 people. Prime Minister Modi, Amit Shah, and BJP President JP Nadda. Is that a fair way to look at it? That elections, at the end of the day, the selection of a chief minister has been left to the high command of the BJP?
Rajdeep, there are so many ironies in the statement you yourself make. If you say that there is a so-called high command culture prevalent within the BJP, then by your own assessment, why should it take 4.5 days or 5 days? And by the way, you were perfectly fine when Himachal took its own sweet time, when Karnataka took its own sweet time, when Rajasthan took its own sweet time. And by the way, in Rajasthan in 2018, the discussions were also held with Priyanka Vadra in presence. I don't know what position she had in the party back then, but anyway, she was also part of it. And after the decision was taken, we all saw the kind of instability that was there in the Rajasthan government. Be that as it may, Rajdeep, the question today is that how can you even draw the parallels between the two parties and the two leaderships? On the one hand, there is a leadership of Modi ji and Amit Shah ji and Nadda ji, which is based purely on merit. First of all, just on political and electoral merit. Modi ji makes us win 80% of the seats where he goes for campaigning in 2019. Rahul Gandhi has a paltry record of 15%. Even in these last assembly elections, if you do your analysis on your dashboard, you will find that 75% strike rate. And what is Rahul Gandhi's strike rate? It's a paltry 20 seats out of the 60 places where he visited. So therefore, purely on merit and political and electoral merit, they don't stand on the same pedestal. After that, please tell me, Rajdeep, that when you make this kind of a claim, you either say that the leadership is so strong that the decision is going to be taken and it would have been taken immediately, or else you say that there is a process. In the Bharatiya Janata Party, there is a process where the observers are first sent, there is a legislature party meeting, the MLAs express their views, that is communicated to the party, and the party's topmost decision-making body, which is the parliamentary board, not a family kitchen cabinet, they all come to a conclusive decision collectively. But on the other hand, Telangana, the one state where the Congress has been able to come to power, the CLP was conducted in 2 minutes. Now, what kind of CLP was conducted in just 2 minutes? Just a one-line resolution was given that the High Command will decide, and that itself says that that is only a cosmetic procedure that was adopted. On the other hand, there is a comprehensive, democratic, institutionalized procedure that takes place in the Bharatiya Janata Party, and that is the difference between the two. To draw the parallels between the two only shows how lost somebody is in their analysis.
Okay, you're saying you cannot draw parallels between the BJP's so-called high command culture and the so-called high command culture of the Congress. Supriya Srine, I heard Shehzad patiently. I'll hear you equally patiently, because many believe that it is the Congress which is the original high command culture party, that all decisions are taken by the Gandhi family. Whether it's Revant Reddy, who is to be chief minister, the final word is that of the Gandhi family.
So I understand your predicament of trying to balance it out by somehow getting the Congress involved and blaming us. The reality is that whether it's Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh or Rajasthan, the 3 states that the BJP has won, it has got a clear mandate. They've had regional leaders who were very powerful, including Shivraj Singh Chouhan, who has been returned to power by the people of Madhya Pradesh. And yet, today is the 7th of December, it has taken them almost 96 hours to not be able to come up with a name. Because quite frankly, like Kaun Banega Karodpati, the BJP plays Kaun Banega Mukhyamantri. It's Eena, Meena, Maina, Mo. It is dependent on the whims and fancies of 2 people here in New Delhi who is going to be the chief minister of a state. You see it in the appointment of those people. You also see how they are changed as mere puppets. Have you forgotten what happened in Gujarat between Mr. Rupani and Mr. Patel, and then of course before that Ms. Anandi Ben? Have you forgotten what has happened in Uttarakhand The chief minister was changed thrice over, from Mr. Devendra Singh Rawat to Tirath Singh Rawat to, of course, now Pushkar Dhami. Have you forgotten the fact that it took 7 days for them to announce a chief minister in Assam, which was Hemanta Biswa Sarma, and 8 days to announce Mr. Yogi only after Manoj Sinha had to be placated and sent as LG. So please remember, it is two people in the BJP who are deciding exactly what is going to be done in the states. The reality is that ministers in the BJP government cannot even appoint their personal secretaries without approval and without vetting from these two people. I also have one very important point to make here. If you actually see the number of people from the center who the BJP sent to contest elections, some won, some lost, but there are some who were on record saying we didn't want to contest an election. So people are not just being appointed at their whims and fancies, people are being told to chart their political careers according to what the Prime Minister wants to think that one day. So, I mean, I do understand your predicament. You
I have no predicament. I have no predicament. I believe, ma'am, as an analyst of political parties, I find that most political parties in this country don't seem to have internal democracy. Instead, they seem to revolve either around family-centric parties or personality cults. That's all I'm raising. Now, it's not about me, my predicament. The predicament is of your party. MLAs are not deciding who their chief minister will be. It is decided either by a family or by an individual leader.
No. It is the MLAs. No, Rajdeep. 1 second. It is the MLAs who decided, and then, of course, the High Command gave its stamp of approval. Who in the BJP is going to decide who is going to be the chief minister in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh? Or for that matter, how did they decide that Pushkar Dhami, who lost his own election, should be appointed chief minister? Or Keshav Prasad Maurya, who lost his own election in UP, should be appointed the deputy chief minister? It's because of the whims and fancies of the two people here in New Delhi.
Okay.
I mean, let us not try and justify and balance this out. The reality is that the BJP is being run by two people, just like the government is being run by those two people.
Okay.
And we've seen the results before us as far as the government machinery is concerned.
You made the point, Shehzad, respond. Two people are running the party, therefore Vasundhara Raje may be a 3-time chief minister, but she has to keep waiting. Many believe a large number of MLAs are supporting her, but she must wait because apparently the High Command does not like her. And the examples given by Supriya Shrinet, Pushkar Dhami lost his election but still made chief minister because he's favored by the High Command. You have your own High Command culture. Why not accept it?
If your question is over, can I answer? Thank you. Rajdeep, she just claimed, and I hope I won't be interrupted by you or by her, she just claimed that our elected MLAs decide who will be the chief minister. So how come Kamal Nath was announced beforehand? And why not Ashok Gehlot, and why not Chhattisgarh CM Bhupesh Baghel? And in Kamal Nath's case, had they by mistake won Madhya Pradesh, then what would be the decision of the MLAs or of the High Command anointed decision of Kamal Nath because he provides them a lot of resources? So, you know, she has contradicted herself right there and there. How come Kamal Nath was appointed as the chief ministerial face or candidate before the election? Point number 2, I don't take Supriya Shrinet seriously. 5 hours before the results were out, she was saying that this will be a precursor, this is a semi-final to the 2024 final. As the results started trickling in on ABC,
results.
she
Answer
said,
my
no,
question.
you can't see
Shehzad
these elections as a
Poonawalla,
semi-final.
I asked you a
this
question.
Is an analysis.
The evidence,
Rajdeep, stop interrupting.
Answer my question.
Rajdeep,
the evidence
stop
points
interrupting.
to all
You did not
decisions
interrupt
in your party
you
now being taken by your High Command.
You will stop interrupting me, Rajdeep.
No, you cannot.
Rajdeep,
I asked you a question, respond to it.
Rajdeep, stop interrupting. You did not interrupt.
Please
Supriya.
be polite
You
and I will
not
be
interrupt
polite
me.
to you.
I am not going to be bullied by you. You are not going to interrupt me.
I am not bullied by
Do
you,
not
Mr.
interrupt me,
Poonawalla. I have
Rajdeep.
been
will
doing.
what
I
said,
have been
then
in
you
this
ask me the
profession
questions like
more
you
years
done,
than
Supriya.
you've
Do
lived.
not bully
Please
me.
answer my
Rajdeep,
question.
the country is watching the debate. They are
Simple
watching the
question
debate,
ka
how
jawab
you
do.
lose your patience when I speak, and they see how you meekly listen when Supriya is speaking.
No,
they are
do not mislead the country. I heard you patiently. I'm asking you a question again.
And you start dominating me when I speak. Stop interrupting me, Rajdeep. Stop interrupting.
Answer my question.
Now, Rajdeep, she said कि आज 7 दिसंबर हो गया, 3 दिसंबर को चुनाव हुआ. Yes, I'm answering. I will come to it. Don't lose your patience and don't lose your good night sleep over it. I'm coming to your question. Rajdeep, she said that 3rd December the elections took place. Today is 7th December. Please ask Madam Supriya how many months it took, how many days it took for the Himachal cabinet to be formed. Please ask Supriya when was the CLP of Karnataka called. And after the decision was taken that Siddaramaiah will be chief minister, even now their MLAs come out on the streets and say DK should be the chief minister. In Rajasthan, after they took the Ashok Gehlot decision, then Ashok Chandna and Sachin Pilot both sat on dharna. The only government where 2 ministers sat on dharna. Do you see any example of this sort in the BJP? Once a decision is taken through an institutional democratic manner, there is no decision where the ministers start sitting on a dharna against the same government which they are representing. So please, Rajdeep, let's draw a parallel. Now today the problem is, Rajdeep, that Revant Reddy, who has said Telangana DNA is better than Bihar DNA, this statement has offended India Alliance partners so much they are not coming for the swearing in. But because Sonia Gandhi has taken a decision that Revant Reddy has to be, forget the Bihari sentiment, forget Kurmis, forget everything else, they have to go with Revant Reddy, forget what Uttam Reddy says, forget what Sridhar Babu says, and forget what the only Dalit face they had, Mr. Malla Bharti Vikramakarka, who they were saying that we will make OBC, we will do OBC caste census. Why haven't they made a Dalit the chief minister there? Why haven't they made somebody
No,
from
you're
the
telling
OBC
me what
caste
the
there?
Congress
Why
has
haven't they
done.
made
I
Revant
asked you a
Reddy?
question
You will
about the
not ask these
BJP,
questions
sir.
to them.
Mr.
You will not ask these
One
questions to
minute,
them,
Ms.
Rajdeep,
Ms.
because you
Srinath,
are
you
under
must wait.
pressure.
Ms. Srinath, you must wait. Manisha is also waiting patiently. I will ask Shehzad again. Shehzad, respond to what is the situation in the BJP. I will ask Supriya Srinath about the Congress, don't worry. I am asking you about the BJP. Does the BJP take the views of the MLAs when making the decision, or are the decisions being imposed from Delhi?
Absolutely, they are taken on the basis of what the MLAs decide, and therefore, despite the fact that Pushkar Singh Dhami, by the way, was a sitting CM, he had not been declared as the CM face in Uttarakhand in 2022, when he campaigned so hard, and despite all his efforts, he lost his own seat, but he made the party win. The MLAs decided that Pushkar Singh Dhami should become. On the other hand, in the
decided in Delhi or in Gujarat,
T. Anjaya was sacked on the airport.
Patel was decided as the
Srinath
Gujarat
has the gall
chief
to
minister
talk
in Delhi
when they
or in
sacked T.
Gandhinagar.
Anjaya on the airport.
Was Bhupendra Patel decided as the chief minister in Delhi or Gandhinagar?
I'm sorry, come again.
Was Bhupendra Patel decided as CM in Delhi or Gandhinagar?
The problem, Rajdeep, is that, some journalists believe that on the calls of certain journalists, ministers can be made. They believe that it is everything that happens from the 2-kilometer area of Lutyens, Delhi, so they don't know how democratic parties work. Rajdeep, please tell me, what was Priyanka Vadra doing in deciding the 2018 Chief Minister of Rajasthan? I will show you the Times of India report where she was part of the discussions. How was Priyanka Vadra privy to the discussion of Rajasthan Chief Minister in 2018, where her husband was facing serious criminal charges in the very same state? Okay. Can you please tell me why was she present in that meeting? I can still understand
let me take that to Supriya Srinath. I asked you about the BJP, you tell me about the Congress. Supriya Srinath, no, 1 minute now, Mr. Poonawalla. Supriya Srinath, while the BJP has much to answer for because they are in power today, the fact is the Congress also still in many states goes back to the old system. One line whip by the CLP and the decision is left to Delhi. And many believe in Delhi, the Congress means the family. According to Shehzad Poonawalla, when it came to Rajasthan, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra was also involved in the decision making. What role does she have? Now, these are questions that are being raised and which have been raised over the years. We can go back to the 80s to Indira Gandhi's era, where in my state of Maharashtra, Baba Saheb Bhosle was catapulted at the last moment. So the original high command culture is yours. Has that changed under the Gandhis now? Has your high command culture changed? Was Revant Reddy the chosen one because MLAs wanted him, or because the Gandhi family wanted him?
Who is R. Ashoka? Can you answer that for me, and can the BJP spokesperson answer that for me? He is the leader of the opposition of the BJP in the Karnataka Assembly. It took them over 6 months to appoint a leader of opposition in the Karnataka Assembly. So the next, and it was appointed, and he was appointed by the central leadership here.
Ma'am, I am asking you about Congress. You are telling me about BJP. I am asking him about BJP. He tells me about Congress. How does decision making take place in the Congress? Does Mallikarjun Kharge have the last word, or does Rahul Gandhi still have the last word?
So now you'll have to listen to me a little patiently, because I've heard a diatribe and I've heard all kinds of jostling happen. Listen to me. So that's the first question that I want to ask. Who is R. Ashok? Who appointed him? Why did it take 6 months? As far as the Congress party is concerned, chit bhi meri aur pat bhi meri nahi ho sakti hai. पहले आप बोलते हो हमारा होल्ड वीक हो रहा है, फिर आप कहते हो हर चीज हम ही कर रहे हैं. Decide for yourself. Decide for yourself. Are we the ones taking the calls, or are local units empowered enough? I can give you an example, whether it was Karnataka or whether it was Rajasthan or Chhattisgarh or Madhya Pradesh, the local units were empowered to formulate a narrative to fight their own elections. There was no over-empowering and overbearing picture of either Rahul Gandhi or the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge ji. The local units decided what the guarantees are going to be. The local units decided what the narrative is going to be. They decided their campaigns, and we helped amplify that. The reality is, can any unit of the BJP, any one unit of the BJP, say they did the same? Not one.
Okay,
because no face of any sitting or former chief minister was used. It was Mr. Modi all over. And one last thing I want to say, Rajdeep. One last thing. Don't blame the Congress for what isn't true. The Congress has internal democracy. Unlike the BJP, we will not pull out JP Nadda, our president, because he's coming in Mr. Modi's frame. So the BJP should be the last people talking about democracy. They should be the last people raising their voice against, high command.
Before
the reality is that
Shehzad, hold that picture for a moment. Manisha Priyam has been listening patiently. I want to go to her. Okay, ma'am, I've heard you. Manisha Priyam, you're hearing these two political party spokespersons defending their way of appointing chief ministers. Do you see internal democracy in Indian parties, or are Indian parties prisoners of either the family cult or the personality cult?
I mean, the answer is just loud and clear, yes. And family cult predominates. The N number of times that I have heard chief ministers increasingly since the 1990s being referred to as supremos or sahib in party meetings, and I'm not going to name these party meetings. N number of regional parties have fallen for the family leader who's also a charismatic leader, the cult of personality. So how could a democracy that has reason, remember Matdan means voting by the use of reason, have fallen prey to this kind of culture? One doesn't understand. Now the high command culture is a tad bit different, and if we come to the contemporary times, I would say that I in fact saw a weakened high command culture in the Congress party. For example, remember the ticket of Shanti Dhariwal or Mahesh Joshi was decided not by the high command, but despite the opposition of the high command for the state of Rajasthan.
Yeah, Mahesh Joshi didn't get it, Shanti Dhariwal did. But I take your
BJP,
point. You're saying the Congress high command has weakened, am I correct? You're saying the Congress high command has weakened.
Weakened, yes.
And that's why they are giving
And in fact, in these elections, I also saw that Vasundhara Raje's supporters were not given the tickets in round one. In fact, the Jotwara ticket was one great example, and a Vasundhara loyalist stood opposite of Rajavardhan Rathod, and he was made to sit down, and only then could Rajavardhan win his election. But by round 2 and 3, Vasundhara's supporters were accommodated, and we also found that Kodak moment when the Prime Minister shared the stage with Vasundhara Raje. So I found even in the BJP a lot of accommodation. But yes, as far as the chief ministerial choice is concerned, I think the country is now waiting with bated breath to see what the chief ministerial choices will be, especially in the states of Rajasthan and the state of Madhya Pradesh, where two erstwhile important state-level leaders of the BJP held power and made a name and a face for themselves. And Shivraj Singh Chouhan, especially in his role as a mama and the woman voter who cast the vote in the name of his famous scheme called Ladli Behna, and the erstwhile schemes of Ladli Lakshmi, etc., being very, very famous. So I think these electoral credentials go behind his name, and the country therefore is waiting to see how the BJP does take this decision.
I take your point. Whether powerful
yeah.
chief ministers or chief ministers who are visible will be made, will be given their due, or whether the BJP wants to go in for a generational change, which also many believe is a good idea because you need new, fresh faces. Shehzad Poonawala, you wanted to show me a photograph. What is the photograph you want to show me?
Since national precedents were being spoken of, this is the ad that the Rajasthan Congress government issued, or Rajasthan Congress party issued, on the penultimate day before voting. It has a picture of Ashok Gehlot, fair enough, but it does not have a picture of Khadgeji, a Dalit president. It has a picture of Rahul Gandhi, who's no longer the president, and no picture of Sachin Pilot or anybody else. On the other hand, Rajdeep, I challenge your research team to pull out any of the advertisements of the BJP. They have had Mr. Prime Minister Modi, JP Nadda ji in the second position, the state president, and apart from the state president, the former Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje ji, and our deputy and our leader of the opposition and deputy leader of the opposition, as is the norm, as is the protocol in the BJP. Secondly, she has not answered, and Rajdeep, check your WhatsApp. I've sent you the news report where Priyanka Vadra was present in deciding the Chief Minister of Rajasthan in 2018. Supriya Shine, don't prevaricate, don't obfuscate. What was Priyanka Vadra's role? Tell us point blank. And thirdly, Madhya Pradesh local unit ने तय किया क्या कमलनाथ का नाम पहले ही? She's saying our local units are very empowered. तो ये मध्य प्रदेश के local unit का सुन लिया और राजस्थान के local unit का नहीं सुना.
No, but the fact, Shehzad bhai, the fact is that when I saw the posters, no, 1 minute.
और आपकी राजनीतिक नैतिकता दोनों पे सवाल है.
Mr. Poonawalla, the fact is the BJP is seeking votes in all these states in Mr. Modi's name. The fact is, why not be honest and say, yes, Mr. Modi is the one who has won you the election, so he will decide who becomes chief minister. Isn't that the more honest answer? That's the reality. Why not accept that?
Today, there was a parliamentary party meeting of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and it is only a person like Narendra Modi who says, don't say Modi ji for me, say Modi, and it is a teamwork we have won. Modi ki guarantee, Sarkar ki delivery, Sushasan ki niti, Amit Shah ki raniti, Adhyaksh ji ke sangathan ki majbuti, Nadda ji ke sangathan ki majbuti, और यही है हमारी जड़ी बूटी जिसकी वजह से भारतीय जनता पार्टी जीती. ये राहुल की नौटंकी वाली दुकान नहीं है. राहुल की नौटंकी बंद हुई, परंतु अब वो भारत को विभाजित करने के लिए नॉर्थ साउथ में शुरू हो गए.
Okay. Supriya Shine, the truth is, and in conclusion, what has happened is because your high command has weakened and they are not vote gatherers, therefore they have less say in your chief ministers. That's what's happened. The BJP has a vote gatherer. The prime minister is the vote gatherer. Naturally, he will decide who's the chief minister. This is not the high command culture comes because these leaders are vote gatherers. Indira Gandhi was a vote gatherer. She could choose her chief ministers. That's the difference.
Mr. Sardesai, with all due respect to your political acumen and everything that has been thrown in by the BJP, the reality is that in the 5 state elections that have just been concluded, on a cumulative basis, the Congress has got more votes than the BJP and substantially more votes. So are you telling me that our people are not gathering votes? Of course we are. We are neck and neck as far as the vote percentage is concerned. The reality is that you have to accept the fact that tonight's headline is that there are 3 states that the BJP has won with a comfortable majority, and they have not been able to appoint chief ministers.
No,
not because their MLAs
ma'am,
want,
it could take a week, 10 days. Ma'am, when it came to
but
Himachal, 1 minute, ma'am. You're objecting to 4 days. It took you more than a week to decide on Himachal Pradesh. It's not as if, to appoint a chief minister is not as if, it's some silver bullet, overnight it's done. There are occasions where it may happen, but it doesn't happen every time. What's the harm if it takes a few more days?
Thank you for breaking my chain of thought again. They took 7 days in Assam, we never said anything. They took 8 days in UP, we never said anything. I am only paying them back in kind because they kept raising this issue in Karnataka. And which is why I am paying them back in kind. Of course, it's their prerogative. But they are not doing it because it is 2 people in Delhi who have to decide who the chief minister will be. And more often than not, it is upon their whims and fancies. I mean, who knew about Manohar Lal Khattar in Haryana, or who knew Biplav Deb? Look at how those experiments have paid off. I mean, the reality is somebody who Mr. Modi likes one fine morning is going to be appointed the chief minister. And that is what the high command culture is. It's not even high command. It's high-powered Narendra Modi. That is it. 2 men, 1.5 men in the BJP decide what is going to happen in the government and also what is going to happen in the states along with the party unit. Okay. And that's a reality they should agree to. That's a reality that is staring us all in the face. Why are they running away from that?
Okay, let me try, ma'am, you've had your say.
What is the debate here?
Let me have one last time, Shehzad Poonawalla, you want to go for it. Why not accept that the BJP also has, what is the harm in accepting that Modi ji and Amit Shah ji decide? What is the harm in accepting that?
झांकी रही भावना जैसी प्रभु मुहूर्त दिखे तिन तैसी, जिनकी पार्टी ही ढाई लोगों के आधार पर चलती है, उनको लगता है हर जगह यही हो रहा है. Yes, Modi ji decides. Yes, Amit Shah decides. Yes, Nadda ji decides. But they decide as part of parliamentary board. They decide as part of being a part of the national institutional leadership of the party. They don't decide because Narendra Modi is Indira Gandhi's son. They don't decide because Narendra Modi is Nehru's Vanshaj. Please, 1 second. Supriya, stop interrupting. You are a terrible anchor.
Please, no personal comments. I will not accept personal comments again.
Don't interrupt me. Rajdeep, she interrupted me. She will keep quiet. She will keep quiet and she will not interrupt me.
I asked you 30 seconds, finish what you have to say.
Yes, stop interrupting.
I will not keep quiet because you asked me to keep quiet.
Rajdeep, if the 10 lakh votes have come, Rajdeep,
stop
making her interrupt
me.
Yes, I am ending it here because I have said in the past, this show will not allow these personal jibes on both sides. You know, this doesn't aid the viewer. You both have made some very fine points. I wish you would allow each other the space to speak to each other rather than at each other. But I appreciate Shehzad Poonawalla, Supriya Srinath and Manisha Priyam joining me on our talking point. I want to turn from there to one of our newsmakers tonight because I want to turn to Telangana, where remember today, State Congress Chief Revant Reddy took oath as the Telangana Chief Minister. Thousands of Congress supporters witnessed the ceremony at a packed Lal Bahadur Shastri Stadium in Hyderabad on Thursday afternoon. Among those who were sworn in today is the former Telangana chief. Many expect him to have a very powerful post, possibly the next finance minister of Telangana. Uttam Kumar Reddy joins me at the moment. Appreciate your joining us, Mr. Reddy. A long fulfilled ambition, Telangana state, and you're a minister. Are you going to be the finance minister, or when are the portfolios going to be announced?
I think tonight, and I'm not sure which portfolio they'll allow to me. I'm not sure.
Yes, but the buzz is you might get finance or some major portfolio. You've been several times MP. You've been also, very few people will know, an Air Force pilot who flew MiGs. For you today, was it a day of unfulfilled ambition because you wanted to be chief minister? Or is it a day of pride because you've got a Congress government there in Telangana?
Huge happiness and satisfaction that 10 years of struggle on the ground, and we could defeat the BRS decisively. I think the numbers don't reflect it as much as what the defeat on the ground was. Rajdeep, bear in mind what KCR was projecting himself, how he was projecting his party, the kind of money he was spending, the kind of police he was using, the way he was using the media. Against all of it, we fought and won. I think the euphoric atmosphere in Telangana today, they're rid of a dictatorial, corrupt regime.
Right. You know, I'll come to your challenges in a moment, but I come back to a quote that you gave in 2016. You said you will not shave off your beard till KCR is defeated. Are you finally going to shave your beard tonight?
Yes. Yes, Rajdeep, I will in a couple of days. Okay, I will, yes.
You are planning to shave off your beard?
Yes, I had, when I was the Congress president for the state in 2016, I had said that till TRS is defeated and Congress comes to government in Telangana, I wouldn't shave my beard. And I'm so happy today that we did achieve that. Mm-hmm. Well, like you said, you know, there were personal ambitions too, but this is an organization which I've enjoyed working in, and I enjoy working in, and I'm part of the organization that did a great effort in Telangana today.
But let's come to the challenges. You know, it's all very well to win an election based on anti-incumbency against the government, but you all have put various guarantees. Now, most of these guarantees involve cash handouts, and you are a state where the fiscal deficit is rising. Are you going to be in a position to fulfill these guarantees, these cash handouts that you promised to farmers, to unemployed youth, to women? That's going to be the big challenge, isn't it?
Rajdeep, please remember one thing. The Telangana state and Hyderabad city, largely because of the global infrastructure we created when we were in power, is the fastest growing state in India today. And Hyderabad is a real boom city. The revenues are growing every year, and each of our guarantees is to directly put money into the pockets of the weakest of the weak, of the poorest of the poor. You know, for example, what is it? It is 2,500 rupees for every woman of a BPL family. It is free RTC travel for women of BPL families. It is gas cylinder at 500 rupees. All these are very achievable. We have made our maths, we have calculated, and we have announced what we can.
So you
And I
will
must
give
tell you, Rajdeep, I've seen
2,500
many
to every
elections.
woman starting
one
next
time,
month? You will give 2,500 per for
we had
every
our,
BPL woman
you know,
starting next month?
Rajdeep, today we had a cabinet meeting. We have, in principle, approved all the guarantees that we have announced in the elections. As an immediate start, from day after tomorrow, we are, starting the scheme of all women free travel in RTC buses. We are also starting from day after tomorrow that anybody who has medical treatment up to 10 lakhs is covered by a state-sponsored insurance scheme and they don't have to pay a rupee. And then each of the schemes, we have already said that in the first 100 days of our rule, we will implement all the guarantees, and that's what we discussed, and we did our maths, and over the next 100 days, we'll implement all of them.
No, because the worry is, as we are seeing it in Karnataka, when you announce these guarantees and go ahead and implement them, very little money is left for what are seen as development projects. I just will tell you the Comptroller and Auditor General of India's report in September this year expressed concern that Telangana is utilizing borrowed funds for repayment of public debt in the financial year 2021-22, and the concern is that could become even worse in the next 12 months.
Rajdeep, you were right. The earlier regime borrowed indiscriminately and was using borrowed funds to repay earlier loans. But today, we had a serious discussion in our cabinet and we have specific proposals how to raise the revenues, how to raise the income of the state. And we are going to be within our revenues and within our GDP on whatever guarantees we have promised.
I'm sorry to sound cynical on the very day that you all have been sworn in. One image which has been created of Congress governments is that many of your state governments become ATMs for the central party because you need resources to fight the BJP. And this leads at times to corruption. Chhattisgarh is being cited as an example of a ATM government against Bhupesh Baghel. That's the charge the BJP makes. How do you respond to that? You came to power accusing KCR of corruption, his family of corruption. Will you ensure transparency in the way these monies are spent?
Rajdeep, I'm sorry, but your information on Congress state governments is wrong. I mean, I have been for 30 years. I've been elected 7 consecutive times. I have never known the Congress party use state governments as ATMs.
Really?
I'm sorry, that is wrong.
That's wrong?
As far as we are concerned in Telangana, yes, I have never seen it. I'm telling you, I have won 7 consecutive elections and I've never noticed this anyway. And I can assure you, Rajdeep, in Telangana, it will be a transparent, corruption-free government.
One final question. Will you all stand by Revanth Reddy? He's younger than you all. There's a sense that both you and Bhatti Vikramarka were in the race to become chief minister. Will your government hold together, or will we see a repeat of what we've seen in Rajasthan, Gehlot versus Pilot, or in Chhattisgarh, Baghel versus T.S. Singh? Will we see Uttam Kumar Reddy versus Revanth Reddy maybe in the next 6 months?
No, Rajdeep. I was a soldier earlier in the military and I'm a soldier in the Congress party now. Yes, I may have had personal ambitions, but whatever our top leadership has decided, I've accepted it. And now with Revanth, Bhatti and everybody else, we are working as a team. Our goal is to do good for the people of Telangana and to do good for the Congress party.
You know, because what is the buzz is that since you have a majority of just 64 in a 119-member assembly, the fear is that any leader who doesn't get his ambitions fulfilled could break away and try and bring down the government. Will this government last a full 5 years?
This government, Rajdeep, will last for full 5 years. This 64 number is of no criteria. The TRS is only 39. There are a little bit of MIM and a little bit of BJP. But I can tell you with my long experience in the assembly too, that there will be no problems. we are together. We are, we are the pillars of the Congress party. We will ensure the Congress party government is stable and gives good governance for 5 years.
Okay, one final question. What's tougher, flying a MiG-21, MiG-23 as you used to in another life, or now becoming a minister in Telangana? What gives you greater joy?
No. Rajdeep, grassroots politics is the toughest profession in India. Okay, while flying MiG-21s to the China and Pakistan borders, and I was also in Siachen Glacier operations, was tough, but there was another thing about all that. See, grassroots politics in India is tough for any politician, and definitely I have opted for this, and I enjoy it now, and I'm working hard at it.
My producer says I must ask you, are you going to use your now powers to inquire into KCR and family and their wealth? Will there be retribution now?
See, there will be no vindictiveness. We don't want to waste our time on any vindictive, vengeful acts. No. But if there is any blatant, brazen misuse of public money, I mean, it's our bounden duty to work as per law in that. Okay, we have to retrieve the money that has been lost by Telangana people. And
you will set up a judicial inquiry as you had promised in your manifesto?
No, I'm not. I'm not committing anything now, and as an individual, I can't do that. But definitely, wrongdoings of the earlier government will be investigated. I mean, you will agree that that's a way to go forward on that. I mean, the huge corruption. Just one point, Rajdeep. KCR and his team, you guys were highlighting the Kaleshwaram project so much on national TV, built at a cost of 1 lakh crores. In the last month of his government, the Medigadda barrage, which forms the core of the Kaleshwaram project, the pillars have started crumbling. I mean, a project built with 1 lakh crores. Surely an inquiry is called for, isn't it, in such kind of things?
Let me leave it there, Uttam Kumar Reddy. I wish you well. I know that you've been a warrior over several decades now in politics, and it's from the skies where you were flying MiGs. You're now grounded well and truly. But I appreciate Uttam Kumar Reddy joining us on the day that you've been sworn in as a minister. Thank you very much. Let's turn to our Get Real India story. It's a shocker that comes from Kerala today. One more girl has lost her life to dowry. 26-year-old Kerala doctor died by suicide after a wedding was called off over the dowry demands. The groom, who's also a doctor, asked for 150 sovereigns of gold, 15 acres of land and a BMW car. When the woman's family could not meet his dowry demands, the groom refused to marry her. Dr. Shehna's death has left Kerala stunned. Take a look.
150 sovereigns of gold, 15 acres of land, and a BMW car. The value assigned to a woman doctor. 26-year-old Dr. Shehna, a PG student at the Thiruvananthapuram Medical College, took her life as her family could not afford to meet the alleged dowry demand by her college mate Dr. E.A. Ruiz.
പുള്ളിക്കാരൻ ഇങ്ങോട്ട് വന്ന് പ്രപ്പോസ് ചെയ്തതാണ്. അവൾ അങ്ങോട്ട് പോയതൊന്നുമല്ല, ഇങ്ങോട്ട് വന്ന് ഒരുപാട് പ്രപ്പോസ് ചെയ്ത് അവർ ഓക്കെ ആണെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞതിൻ്റെ പേരിൽ നടത്തി കൊടുക്കാം, ഇപ്പോൾ വീട്ടിൽ വന്ന് നമ്മൾ നടത്തി കൊടുക്കാമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. അപ്പോൾ പുള്ളിക്കാരൻ്റെ വീട്ടിൽ നമ്മൾ പോയി അതുമായിട്ട് ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് സംസാരിക്കും. പുള്ളിക്കാരൻ്റെ ഫാദർ നല്ല ഡൗറി ചോദിക്കുന്ന ഒരു ആളായിരുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ അത് മനസ്സിലാക്കി നമുക്ക് പറ്റൂലെന്ന് കണ്ട് ഡൗറി ചോദിക്കുന്ന ഒരു വീട്ടിലേക്ക് നമുക്ക് അയക്കാൻ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുണ്ട് എന്ന് വിചാരിച്ച് നമ്മൾ പതുക്കെ ഒന്നും പറയാതെ നമ്മൾ ഇറങ്ങി. പുള്ളിക്കാരൻ ഇങ്ങോട്ട് വന്ന് പ്രപ്പോസ് ചെയ്തു.
Jasim says the two doctors liked each other and wanted to get married.
അപ്പോൾ അനിയത്തിക്ക് അത്രയ്ക്ക് ഇഷ്ടമായിരുന്നു, ഈ കല്യാണം തന്നെ വേണമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞായിരുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ പിന്നെ അതിൻ്റെ ഇതിൽ അവസാനം അവൻ മാറിക്കളഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ, ഈ ഡൗറിയുടെ പ്രശ്നത്തിൽ മാറിക്കളഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ നല്ല ഡിപ്രഷൻ സ്റ്റേജിലേക്ക് പോയി.
Now all that Jasim can think of is what could have been.
ആ ഒരു വാക്ക് പറഞ്ഞിരുന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ പിന്നെ രജിസ്റ്റർ മാരേജ് വേണമെങ്കിലും ചെയ്തു കൊടുക്കുക, അവരെ വീട്ടുകാർ സമ്മതം അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അവന്. അപ്പം ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ അനിയത്തിയോട് പറഞ്ഞു, നീ വിഷമിക്കേണ്ട, നട്ടലുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അവൻ പറഞ്ഞിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ ഞാൻ എന്ത് നേരം ഞാൻ കല്യാണം നടത്തി കൊടുക്കാമായിരുന്നു. പക്ഷെ അവൻ നമുക്ക് അഫോർഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റാത്ത വിധത്തിലുള്ള ഡൗറി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞതുകൊണ്ടാണ്, ചോദ്യം ചോദിച്ചതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഈ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ട് വന്നത്. എന്തും ചെയ്യായിരുന്നു, ഇങ്ങനെ ആവുന്നൊന്നും അറിഞ്ഞില്ല.
Dr. Shehna's death has left Kerala stunned. State Health Minister Veena George has asked the Women and Child Development Department to investigate the matter. The police have arrested Dr. Ruiz. He is booked under charges of abetment to suicide and anti-dowry law. Bureau Report, India Today.
Absolute shocker. And then you think of a completely literate state calling itself progressive. Doesn't do anything for Kerala's reputation. Let's turn from there to our good news today story. We think democracy is all about cash, it's about family connections. But sometimes democracy is also about the triumph of people who don't have cash or don't have family connections. Today we want to tell you a story of someone who has risen from being a daily wage laborer to now becoming an MLA of Madhya Pradesh's Selena. Kamleshwar Dodia has come a long way. His journey includes reaching Bhopal on his motorbike all the way from his village. Inspired by Barack Obama's success, Kamleshwar, who once sold eggs, fought against the odds. He is from the newly formed Bharatiya Adivasi Party. Here's his journey, a good news story.
Kamleshwar Dodia and his bike made heads turn at Bhopal Assembly. The poorest MLA of Madhya Pradesh, representing Selena constituency, reached Bhopal riding his motorbike all the way from his village in Radhakua. It was a more than 350 kilometers ride.
मेरी जो राजनीति वो परंपरागत राजनीति जो है, लोगों को बेवकूफ़ बनाना, दारू पैसा मुर्गा बांट करके वोट लेना, डराना धमकाना, मारपीट करके लोगों के वोट लेना, इससे पूरी उलट थी। मैं लोगों के पास में गया, मैंने लोगों को हिम्मत दी, वो लोगों को मैंने जो मैं लोगों के लिए करना चाहता हूँ, मैंने कहा कि आप मुझे जिताओगे तो मैं आपकी समस्याओं को दूर करूँगा। मैंने लोगों को एहसास दिला दिया कि तुम्हारी ये समस्या, तुम्हारी ये हालात है, तो फिर लोगों ने मुझे समर्थन दिया और मुझे विधायक बना दिया लोगों ने।
He is the only MLA who neither belongs to BJP nor to Congress. Kamleshwar Dodia's successful campaign at Selena was on Bharatiya Adivasi Party's ticket. Born in a family of daily wage labourers, Kamleshwar is no stranger to hard work.
देखिए मेरी हालत बहुत ख़राब है, मैं मजदूर रहा हूँ, मेरे घर में भी आज भी मजदूरी करते, अब विधायक बना, अब मजदूरी उनकी बंद हो जाएगी, तो मैं बहुत बुरे दौर से गुजरा हूँ। और प्रचार और चुनाव बनाने के लिए हमारे पास में पैसे थे नहीं, हमने चंदा मांगा था, मतलब भीख मांगी थी, हमने झोली फैला के, कुछ पैसा आया था, समय ज़्यादा लग रहा था, हमने वो बंद करके फिर हमने नोतरा परंपरा का यूज़ किया था। नोतरे में हमारे नोतरा मतलब पैसा उधार लेना, उसको कर्ज कहते हैं, राइट ना, तो करीब 2,38,000 के आसपास पैसा इकट्ठा हुआ था टोटल।
Inspired by Barack Obama's success, Kamleshwar fought hard against all odds to pursue his dream for higher studies and electoral politics. He fought his first election in 2018 as an independent candidate and lost it. Next year, he contested for Lok Sabha unsuccessfully. He put his experiences of failure to successful use in the 2023 campaign funded by people.
सन 2008 में अमेरिका में चुनाव हुए थे राष्ट्रपति के, और वहाँ बराक ओबामा करके जो है वो चुनाव जीते थे, वहाँ पे राष्ट्रपति बने थे। मगर इतने बड़े देश में एक दूसरे देश का आदमी, ब्लैक आदमी होकर के वहाँ राष्ट्रपति बना, तो मेरे को प्रेरणा मिली। मैं भी आदिवासी हूँ, बहुत गरीब हूँ, लेकिन मैं भी लोगों के बीच में रहूं, लोगों के लिए संघर्ष करूं, काम करूं, तो मुझे भी अवसर मिल सकता है।
33-year-old Kamleshwar Dodia hopes to be the change maker and is keen to become a minister soon. But he would not give up riding his bike.
I will continue for a long time if there is no problem of security. सुरक्षा से संबंधित कोई खतरा अगर नहीं है तो I will continue for long.
Bureau Report, India Today.
Indian democracy is alive and well when you see a story like Kamleshwar Dodia. More power to people like him. Okay, just about enough time to wrap up the show and wish you good night. But before that, our image of the day. Google's next generation foundation model, Gemini, is ready now for prime time. Perceived to be more capable, flexible, and better optimized for smartphones. It's believed to be the first AI model to score more than 90% accuracy. We leave you with what exactly Google has done with the world of AI. Maybe one day they'll replace me as an anchor and you will have AI Rajdeep instead of this gentleman in front of you. Thanks for watching. Stay well, stay safe. Good night. Jai Hind. Namaskar.
You are trying to get me to find the paper ball under the cup. I accept the challenge. The cup to the left.
Nice.
I know what you're doing. You're playing rock, paper, scissors.
What do you see now?
The fingers are spread out to look like the wings of a butterfly. Both objects are round and flat.
There you go.
Both are food. The orange is a healthier choice than the cookie. Citrus can be calming, and so can the spin of the fidget toy. They are both examples of popular toys that have been enjoyed by children and adults.